Great effort. Nicely done. MP versus Motown, baby. Let's get it.
Over here.
If it isn't Mr. Rookie of the Month.
MP.
They may be on the road, but the Bulls still know how to dress to impress. And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And as always, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge joining us from the sideline. Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Vucevic is the pivot. Williams is in the other post spot. Henderson out there with White. And it's Levine in at the 3, the small forward. And for Detroit, sliding in at the wing spots, it's Ivy and Thompson. Collins is out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Sasser in at the 1 spot. And late in the regular season, Greg, in your decade plus in the NBA, you were looking forward to the playoffs more often than not.
And as a player, you have to avoid that temptation to look ahead. But when you do, much nicer to look forward to the playoffs than vacation.
Pistons passing it around. The shot by Ivy, no good. Outside, White. The feed to Vucevic. Out to Henderson. On the wing, Levine fires the 3. Detroit with the rebound. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
If they can clean up the turnovers and make better decisions, it should be a much closer game this time around.
Now here's Levine. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Here's Ivy. And the layup's good off the glass.
And using that quickness to maneuver around the paint that time. What a play from Ivy.
And stolen by Ivy. And now Ivy running the floor all by himself. Rebounded by Vucevic.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
And Vucevic, RJ, one of the few NBA players from Switzerland.
Yeah, he's in a pretty exclusive club of Swiss players. Just 4 players coming from there. All of them since 2006. I love it when we get new players from new countries. It just grows the game.
Great awareness by Thompson, wanting to find his open teammates whenever he can.
And then Henderson with the dunk.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Now, here's Ivy. 9 points last game out. Pass to Sasser. Back to Ivy. Stewart against Williams. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And then Henderson with the dunk.
And he's talked about wanting to improve his all-around game. Levine demonstrating just how unselfish he is with that great pass.
Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Knicks. Pass to Sasser. And here's Stewart. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And yes, it's good. 6 points for Jaden Ivey.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
To the inside. And then Henderson with the jam.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. The Pistons trailing. Outside Collins. There's 1:34 left to play in the first quarter. The shot by Thompson, no good. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Chicago Bulls. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. So for the Bulls, Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Levine. Dosunmu comes in for Henderson. And Ball subbed in for Cole. For Detroit, John Collins, he's checked in for Wiseman. Alinari comes in for Isaiah Stewart. And it's Burks in for Thompson. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Drummond's checked in for Vucevic. Torrey Craig comes in for Williams. Levine's checked in for Alex Caruso. And Henderson subbed in for Dosunmu. Taking a look at the Bulls, Torrey Craig is out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Zach Levine. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Henderson in at the 2. The Pistons leading. Here we see the Detroit Pistons, Greg, a franchise known for stifling defense.
And going back-to-back with the bad boys, then the amazing 2004 title team that shut down Shaq and Kobe. And the Pistons have been great. They've had that defense-first mentality.
The lob, the finish, just a textbook alley-oop. And Levine, his bounce, his athleticism, it kind of pays off in these moments.
Detroit's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Gallinari up top. Craig defending. Detroit, no good that time either. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Bean passes to Craig.
And undrafted coming out of college, Torrey Craig has worked really hard to get here.
Yeah, I got to play with Torrey his rookie year, and look, he's such a versatile defender. Smart, great toughness. He takes charges, and if you leave him open, he will knock down a shot.
The league is now, Greg, on any given night, we sometimes see a team fall flat. Is it just luck of the draw?
Sometimes players are tired, and sometimes they relax. You know, this is why leadership is so vital, setting that standard for others to follow.
Passes to Bogdanovich over Levine. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
And that one's good by Henderson.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Pistons trail by 3. Stewart with the screen on Henderson. Takes the 13-footer. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And then Henderson with the jam.
I'll be honest, he's having a better quarter than a lot of my nights back when I played.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Now the pass to Stewart. The dish to Ivy. Stewart, a screen for Ivy. Shoots over Henderson. The shot by Ivy, no good.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
Craig kicks to White.
2 minutes remaining in the
to the middle. And Henderson gets it to go on the assist by White. Henderson's got the lead up to 5 now for Chicago. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you very much. Cade Cunningham was the #1 overall pick in 2021, and he's trying to take that next step. He says, I want to do my job. Something I really try to pride myself on is how much I care. And what I care about the most is how I can help the Pistons win. Guys, they are assembling some real talent on that team.
Oh, they are, no question, D.A. Thank you. Clock at 4, and then Henderson with the dunk.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Checked in for Detroit. Thompson comes in for Bogdanovich. Vucevic checked in for Chicago. Alex Caruso comes in for Zach LaVine. .116 left in the first half. Pass to Stewart. Pistons passing it around. Down low. And the dunk by Stewart.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up. Flushing it on a much taller defender, that is just filthy.
Stewart with the screen on Caruso. Pass to Cesar. The train. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Henderson with it. Wiseman picks him up. Vucevic the pass to Williams. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Oh, great ball movement there.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's SR. Still scoreless. Thompson against Caruso. Henderson, no one around him. Good on the triple. And it's a 12-point Bulls lead.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Ivy. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Bulls as they end the second quarter with a huge surge. An 18-4 run. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Chicago Bulls.
We don't get to see this every night. They're passing up good shots for great shots, getting high percentage looks. That's how they've controlled the game.
I just think that they're a more physical team, Shaq. Probably not something that will change in the second half.
And let's switch gears for a second, checking out social media. Okay, we have one for everyone from Stale Chips for Life. They ask, if you played in the league today, how many threes would you be taking a game?
Ooh, I was taking like less than 3 a game in my prime, I don't think so. You could double that number today, plus 4. I'd probably get about 10.
I'd take 0. It's more fun dunking on somebody's head.
Solid answer, big fella. Also, I doubt any coach would want you shooting outside of 5 feet. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Really an incredible game from primetime.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Sliding in at the wing spots, it's Ivy and Thompson. Isaiah Stewart out there with Collins. And it's SR in at the point guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin. Well, prime time in the last game against the Knicks was phenomenal. He scored 33 points, and he added a few assists as he was able to set up his teammates for good looks. Really displaying incredible hustle during this run. Guys just can't keep up with him. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Lets a floater go. Rebound by the Pistons. Well, Greg, they're making a valiant effort to come all the way back. Wow.
And they need to take care of the basketball. Plenty of time. No need to force anything.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall. For a power forward, you gotta be impressed with Patrick Williams' shooting.
Especially from deep. He shoots a good clip from there, a solid stretch forward, and it's because he focuses on taking high percentage shots.
Now we know, Richard, you've made your stance on shortening the NBA season very clear. Are you still opposed to the idea?
I am so opposed to it. When you think about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, you think about the travel that these guys had to do, and they still played 82 games. They weren't sitting in first-class seats. And now, fast forward 40, 50 years, players can't do that, or they want to shorten the game. I'm sorry. Stick with the history.
Just 5 on the clock. White dishes to Henderson. He gets it in there. Henderson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Passes it to Stewart. Lobbed up there for Collins.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one,
A
Kevin.
little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Levine kicks to Henderson. Off target from outside.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
The pass to Collins. Pass to Ivy. The Pistons working the ball around now. Thompson outside from the arc. Vucevic with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Thompson surveying the floor.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Sasser. Now, here's Ivy. Henderson defending. Ivy with the bucket. Ivy's got 11.
And lightning fast. Ivy has to get rid of it before the knee can collapse there. And he did.
Lobs it up for Levine. And Levine throws it down.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. 1:31 left here in the third quarter. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And the definition of a three-level scorer, RJ, Zach LaVine can fill it up with the best of them.
Yeah, Greg, and with his blend of deep range and elevation, I don't know. He might be a 4 or 5 level scorer. One thing's for certain, this man's fun to watch.
Different look here for Detroit. Wiseman's checked in for John Collins. And it's Bogdanovich in for Isaiah Stewart. Chicago also making some changes. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Patrick Williams. And it's Alex Caruso in for Zach LaVine. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. A three from Bogdanovich. Traps in the tray. Bogdanovich has got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. The Pistons brought in Monty Williams to guide this team from the bottom. He said, I like those challenges, the process of building, seeing players get better, and understanding what it's like to navigate crunch time situations. For me to be able to come in now, it's part of this restoration. Kevin, Monty has plenty of work ahead.
Indeed he does, David. Thanks. Henderson for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Henderson's got 28.
After sinking one triple in the first quarter, he nails another one in the second quarter. He's got it going on.
Here's Ivy. And Vucevic pulls it down.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Ivy. Sweet little floater. Ivy's got 13.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot.
they may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
White the pass to Henderson. Now here's Craig. 13 feet away. Henderson, no good. And so it's Chicago, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for Chicago to start the fourth. They've got Levine, Lonzo Ball out there with Henderson. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Knox in at the 4 spot. And it's Ball in the corner. Out to Henderson. Feeds the ball. Here's Knox. He's guarded by Collins. Just 4 to shoot. Burks with the steal. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Off on the layup.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The all-around game of Levine, an excellent passer for his position.
Pistons trail by 20. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Gallinari wide open from the top of the key. He buries it. Gallinari's got his first 2 points. Ball surveying the defense. Thien passes to Henderson. And good! There's another.
And I think some of us saw this coming, but now it's happened. He set the new all-time rookie record for points scored in a season.
This was a record that we all thought was unattainable, but here we are witnessing history and quite possibly the start of an illustrious career. Richard, from when you were a first-round pick back in 2001 to now, what are the biggest changes off the floor?
Oh, that's a tough one. Well, I think it's a combination because everyone didn't have a cell phone back in 2001 and then social media. So now you got social media and cell phones, camera phones. That is the thing that has changed. I think players and teams are just under so much more scrutiny now.
No good on the free throw. Chicago making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Andre Drummond. Williams comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Kobe White in for Lonzo Ball. Good on the second free throw. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. To the paint, here's Henderson, and then Henderson with the jam.
Operation Feed the Horse. Feed him early and often. And guess what? It's working. They have the lead.
Passes it to Stewart. Dishes it to Ivy.
And even in hostile territory, the fans have to respect what he's done here tonight.
You know, Greg, he's filling it up and giving them their money's worth with his terrific performance.
He's using every trick he's got to get looks at the basket, and they are all still falling for him. What a historic performance.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Stewart passes to Ivy.
And they've struggled from three-point range here in the second half, and it's making it that much harder for them to chip away at that lead.
Outside Williams. Henderson looking it over. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Levine. That one rolling around and rims out. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Stewart. Chicago grabs the miss. Vucevic has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Stewart with the steal. Now here's Thompson. Pass to SR. And here's Stewart. Right side, Collins. That shot off. The Bulls leading by 22. White dishes to Vucevic. He kicks to Henderson. There's 1:34 left here in the fourth quarter. Good D by Thompson.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for Chicago.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under their belt.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for prime time.
And he's been a well-oiled machine on offense, keeping things simple in this end, getting the looks that he wanted, knocking them down.
And that one falls for Henderson. And with this new in-season tournament, Greg, the NBA continuing to innovate. Are they getting, though, too out there for you? Or do you like it?
Listen, I think it pays to be bold. And I'll be one to admit I was not a fan of the play-in. But I got to tell you, it's been a tremendous success. So I've got an open mind. And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
And here's Gallinari. Top of the key, Wiseman. He feeds it to Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
Well, Wiseman's passing game is a work in progress, but he's smart enough to spot the wide open man there.
Ball kicks to Henderson. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Pistons. And Wiseman sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. And the Pistons, entirely new group now out there. .40 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Ivy with it. Now guarded by Ball. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Ivy on the wing. Drills it from outside.
Once again, Ivy showing us what he's capable of. What a night.
And the pass to Drummond. Here's Ball. Back to Craig. Kicks it to Henderson. Pass to Craig. Shot clock at 5. Here's Caruso. And again, Chicago, no good. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. So long.
leave it all out on the floor. Nice job.
Congratulations on breaking the rookie scoring record. You've been an immediate offensive force in a league where some players believe a rookie should take a back seat to veterans. Have you ever worried about ruffling feathers?
No, winning is the ultimate goal, right? And if I can help a team achieve that by scoring points, then that's what I'm going to do. I respect the experience and wisdom of the veterans for sure who have come before me, but every player has a role to play in order for us to achieve our goals. If that means being an offensive force and helping the team win games, then that's what I'll do, regardless of any feathers I might ruffle. I'm here to win, not to concern myself with the veteran players' fragile ego.